Hi there, welcome back to ADSR Massive Tutorials. Click the button in the video to join our newsletter to get lots of great stuff, including 73 sounds for NI Massive right now. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, get yourself subscribed, youtube.com/ADSR Tuts. We're continuing to look at this feature this month where we're using modulators to modulate other modulators in Massive. And in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make the sound we had playing there using envelopes to modulate LFOs to give us that kind of sort of auto slow effect noise. So we get that kind of LFO happening and the rate sweeping down automatically without having to automate it in the DAW or anything. So let's start off and create a new sound in Massive, and let's get our kind of general sound together to begin with. I've got some sample delay on the sound, just giving it a nice bit of stereo width that I'll turn off for now, and also channel EQ, just cutting the low end off the sound. So turn that off for now as well. So in oscillator 1, I'm going to go for this groan 4 and pitch it down by 1 octave. Keep everything else the same. Oscillator 2, I'm going to go for a deep throat and maybe pull this wavetable position to around 3/4 of the way. Oscillator 3, I'm going to go for a polysaw 2 wavetable. Gives a bit of a chord element and can enhance this further by pitching this down -4 semitones. So we get that nice chord sound going on. Let's move over to the oscillator tab now and let's just check this restart via gate button to get a nice consistent sound. And let's move over to voicing now as well. Just increase the voices to 2 and bring this master down a bit now. So let's set up a filter now. In the filter 1 slot, I'm going to use a scream filter. Kind of introducing some distortion into the sound there. Take the scream and resonance down. You can hear if we start modulating that cutoff frequency, we're going to get some nice movement on the sound. So let's set up our first modulator here, and I'm actually going to use this envelope to modulate the pitch of these 3 oscillators. So hold shift, click and drag the crosshair of that envelope, drop it in the first pitch modulation slot on these 3 wavetables or oscillators, and hold an Alt or Option, click and drag up, so we're doing +36 on the pitch modulation amount. So getting closer to sort of our effect kind of noise that we had at the start. So I'm going to set this envelope up now, and I'm going to check the trigger 0 reset box so the envelope re-triggers, so we get this nice consistent envelope modulation happening on the pitch of these 3 oscillators. Back the attack off and pull the sustain right down. We've got that interesting pitch modulation, and then the kind of chord and the sort of body of the sound kind of comes through afterwards, which is quite nice. I'm also going to back this delay of the envelope off a little bit as well, so you can play around with that delay and get some quite interesting sounds happening. So let's go to this first LFO slot now, and let's use this to modulate the cutoff frequency of this screen filter we've set up here. Click and drag up. So again, that cutoff frequency modulation happening. So now let's set this LFO up a little bit. So and push the rate up a little bit, maybe to about just past 3/4. So, and what we want to do is we want to have this going. Having to have that happening automatically. I mean, we could go into the DAW and we could start automating it and stuff, but you know, just a lot easier to set up within the synth really. So, and we can use an envelope to do that. So with this LFO rate set at just past 3/4 of the way, we want it to start off at that rate. I'm going to use another envelope here to modulate this modulator, so click and drag the crosshair of envelope 2, drop it in the LFO rate modulation box, and then let's click and drag down. So, and what we need to do is set this envelope up, so we need to, basically the envelopes to begin with, it's not going to have any effect on the sound, and then we're going to get this rate coming down, so we can back the attack right off of this envelope to do that. Check this trigger 0 reset box again, push that sustain up, so now what we're going to get is this automatic kind of LFO rate slowing down according to how we set this second envelope. And of course we can make that kind of like slowing down effect happen quicker by bringing this attack round to the left. And also we can tweak this start point for the LFO rate. Which is pretty nice. So let's finish this sound off now. Let's add some effects in here. Let's add a classic tube. Let's add some reverb as well. Reverb's always going to sound nice on these sort of sounds. And maybe some more distortion in this insert slot here, Sign Shaper. And let's put these effects back on. So I'm just rolling some of the bottom end off there with this channel EQ, and this sample delay is just spreading that sound really nice and wide. So get that really big sound that's kind of jumping out of the speakers. So let's give it another spin. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope you found it useful. Any questions, please do get in touch. Make sure you also get yourself over to our website, massivesynth.com. Tons more tutorials on Native Instruments Massive. And thanks for watching. Alright, cheers. Bye.